This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm Tim Daniel, lifelong Reds fan, and my second season here at Locked On covering the Reds. And I want to thank you for spending some time with me as we discuss the heartbreaker today that was the Reds losing to the St. Louis Cardinals 6-5. On today's show, pain. Eugenio Suárez also has a bad day. TJ Antone, good day. And Matt McLain and Blake Dunn provide the offense for the team today. All that and a whole lot more. Let's get to the turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, the turning point was Lars Nootbaar putting the Cardinals ahead with a 2-run home run in the 8th inning off of Sam Moll. Now, I know someone's going to come in here and they're going to be like, dadgummit, Sam Moll, how could he? Sam Moll's been really good of late, honestly. And I'm not super mad at him for this game. But it happens. You know, that's the part that sucks. Is like, am I going to come here and say like the Reds played well? No, but they've definitely played worse in losses this year. They definitely played well enough as a team to win this game. Obviously, some plays didn't go their way here and there, but such is life. It's baseball. Just so many things win this game. This game went so up and down and up and down. I mean, they start down 3-0. They battle back, score 5 unanswered, including Matt McLain getting a home run. And you're like, all right, cool. Nick Lodolo looks fine. He doesn't look like himself per se, but he looks fine. It was just really, really frustrating. Oh, thanks, Patrick. Oh, this thing? Oh, this? Oh, sorry. I just had to show you guys my 5K medal from today because something good had to happen. But it's it's the Reds, man. And it's just, we always find this way to get into stuff. And then like, on the offensive side of things, they kind of give up some moments that you're just kind of really irritated about. Some at-bats that aren't very competitive. But they also, I thought, had decent at-bats today. I thought that like the fact they were on the base path today, they were aggressive. Blake Dunn got a steal today. Dane Myers got a steal today. They probably should have won this game. Like, I think most of the time when Sam Moll comes out, we're going to trust him. And today, just went against them, and especially considering like the gymnastics that TJ Antone did before Sam Moll came in to get those outs. That was awesome. But you know what? At the end of the day, they lost again, and they've done a lot of that. As I said last night, they still can't find a way to win more division games. They still only have 2 division wins on the season. They don't have a series win against the division yet. And that's the difference on the season right now. If you look at them outside the NL Central, they play really well. And they seem to like beat those teams pretty decently. It's when they kind of go to this situation here where it's like they got to find a way to string wins together against the National League Central. They just can't. And I don't know what it is. Let's get to Eugenio Suárez today, and I'm going to get comfy here because you know how this goes. That, I don't know. So he did the thing with Charlie today for Charlie's chalkboard on Charlie Goldsmith. And he's like, look, I know I'm not playing my best. And he's like, I know that you guys expect more out of me. I expect more out of me. The fans expect more out of me. And I appreciated his honesty. I really did. I thought that he really kind of just said what he was feeling. He's like, I'm still going to give 100%. I'm still going to go out there and give you my best. I appreciate that about him. And I do think come June, come this later this month, July, as we're like having these 85 to 90 degree days in Cincinnati, we're going to see Gino back hitting homers. But I don't think the issue there is they can't really afford to wait for that. And I think that's the hard part. So today, he has a really, really bad day, both offensively and defensively. A day that, the Reds really can't afford for him to have right now. And the thing about it is he knows that. He knows that, like, he can't go out there and have days like this. And, baseball, you can only control so many things. But 0 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts and 2 throwing errors. We can understand going 0 for 4. It happens. 2 throwing errors. No, that can't happen. I mean, one of those, Sal Stewart has to jump up in the air to snag it, and the runner beats him back to the bag. That stuff's kind of irritating because that's just like, I understand he's being rushed to make the throw, but I don't know. I really like Gino. I want Gino to be great. I mean, it's one of my favorite Reds players of all time. Like a lot of us, right? I don't think he should be playing third base as much as he is. You got Spencer Steer. You got Sal Stewart. I'm not saying Key Brian Hayes takes over third base when he comes back, by any stretch of the matter. But that's another guy that when he is healthy can kind of be there to just play third base. We know he's not going to hit. I just don't think, I think right now, like if you're going to play Gino in the field, maybe you put him in that first base rotation and maybe you just have him DH more than anything. That's probably the right way to go. I mean, I think it is the right way to go. I think that's what the Reds wanted to hire him for. They just probably thought they would get a little bit more hitting out of Hayes. And to be transparent, I did too. I mean, I didn't think he'd be a great hitter, but I didn't think he'd be as bad as he is either. So yeah, it's just that the Reds need more from Gino. Gino knows the Reds need more from him. And one more thing before we go to break. I'm going to say this. I know people really like Jose Trevino, and I understand that he's a veteran catcher who provides a lot for the young pitchers. I think I'm at the point where I feel like PJ Higgins is a better option for the Reds right now than him. I just feel like the way he's calling games, his ability to kind of control the defense, his skills with the ABS. They had that double play today, that play Sal Stewart makes when TJ Antone's in, which we're going to talk about that in the next segment. And PJ Higgins is so quick to get the throw to first base for the double play. I feel like I think I'm more of a PJ Higgins believer right now than a Jose Trevino believer. And it's not like that's saying much. It's not like we're talking the difference between like Joe Oliver and Johnny Bench by any means. We're just kind of talking about who's a better option for this current team in their current state. That's all we're doing here. But hey, let's talk about some fun things here, because even though they lost, I didn't think they really played all that bad today. And I haven't been able to say that a whole lot in games, but one guy that really stuck out and probably earned himself some more high-level situations is TJ Antone. Let's talk about that right after this. But first, this episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The biggest stage in the world soccer world is here, and every match feels like it has the potential to be a memorable moment. One goal can completely change the energy of a game, shift momentum, and after the outcome in an instant. That's what makes tournament soccer so exciting, from the opening whistle to the final kick. Now, FanDuel is giving fans a reason to stay locked in every match with every goal plays. Bet on a match and get bonus for every goal scored in the match. More goals and most bonus bets. All you have to do is turn on your token. Soccer keeps you engaged from start to finish, even in matches you weren't originally planned to watch. That's what I love about these tournaments. You can turn on a match between teams you don't normally follow, and suddenly one goal changes everything. The tension builds so quickly. We've all seen those matches where it's scoreless from what feels like forever, and then one goal completely flips the game. Suddenly, everyone's pressing, the crowd comes alive, and the final 20 minutes become must-watch television. I've been looking for those matchups where both of us create an aggressive offensively, because those games can open up fast. The more chances being created, the more exciting the match becomes from beginning to end. And now you can benefit from each goal being scored. From the opening whistle to the final kick, let there be goals on FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com to get started now. Shout out to all of our everydayers here on the postcast. You guys saw my daughter come in here because she wanted to grab my medal from my race today. But really appreciate you all hanging out with me. I know it's not the most fun time to be a Reds fan right now, but we are all getting through it together. And of course, if you are an everydayer and want to step your game up, check out the Everydayer Club here at Locked On. $5 a month, $50 a year. Get access to all your favorite Locked On shows ad-free. Myself here after the postcast, myself over at Locked On Cavs with the postcast and the squad show during the season. Jeff and Steve Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds. Jake and Joe, I forgot they just got a new host over there, Locked On Bengals, so on and so forth. We have all the guys who can cover you over there as well. When the Reds had a chance, they had an X factor today. His name was TJ Antone.
It's time to reveal who made the biggest under-the-radar impact with today's X Factor.
So here's where I'm at right now, because last night I wasn't thinking. I was just in the moment. And if you remember, I said after that, I said Zach McCambley might be the Reds' best right-handed reliever. He's probably second best. He's probably second best to TJ Antone right now. And I'm not saying TJ Antone is pitching great, but as I've said, it's a miracle in and of itself. He's on the major league club right now. But right now, the way things are going for them, they might need him the most of anybody. They might need him to go out there and be the guy who can get those right-handed outs. So, if you look at the baseball card numbers, they're solid. In 12 outings this year, so in 12 innings, has 12 strikeouts, has a 1.17 whip and a 3.75 ERA. We can all enjoy that. We can all appreciate that. That's, a solid major league reliever for sure. And it's the guy in his career who, when he's been able to perform, has performed really well, right? I mean, it's a guy who's a career 101 whip, a guy with a career 2.64 ERA and just under 90 innings. He's done a lot. Baseball Savant page tells you he's getting a little lucky, but I can live with him getting a little lucky right now as he's finding his way to pitch in the big leagues again. I can live with that. Anything that the Reds get from him right now is a blessing. And so right now he's been giving them basically all he's got. And I think he's kind of earned the right. So yeah, I mean, he's really good right now in the chase percentage. He's really good ground ball pitcher right now. And if he can provide the Reds with that, good, because that's what they need right now. They need guys who can get outs, and he's one of those guys getting outs right now. So shout out to TJ Antone. Like I say, every time you pick a pitch, it's awesome to see you back on the mound, and you were awesome today. And that double play that he got started from that pitch he threw where Sal Stewart throws at the bag, that ruled. And to see his energy after that, it's just so infectious. That should have won them the game. That should have been the turning point. That should have been the thing that we're like all really excited about. But they lose again. But there's some good. Let's talk about Matt McLain.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Matt McLain is that guy that, like, when I'm finally ready to give up on him, I'm finally like, all right, he's just not who I thought he was. He probably still isn't. I'm like, I give up. He's just not going to be productive in the major leagues. He goes and has games like he had today. And I know someone's going to be like, well, you got the first shot in the ninth inning. I don't care. Had a walk, had a homer, put them ahead with a home run today. Should have been a thing to put them ahead, and they should have taken care of the rest of the game. They didn't. That's frustrating. But, Matt McLain obviously playing a lot more shortstop with Ellie De La Cruz being hurt. You saw them go with Edwin Arroyo in the shortstop, and they put McLain at second. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Moved Sal to first. He's moved Steer to first, Sal to third. That's just kind of the stuff that goes on there. But hopefully this is a day he can build off of. I don't think I'm ever going to expect him to be 2023 ever again. I've just given up on that. But if he can find a way to be like a 230, 765 OPS guy, bring it to me. We're very far away from that. But I don't think that's necessarily out of the realm for what he could be for this team. We'll see. We obviously know how good of a defender he is. But I feel like they just, they got to take whatever they can get from him too. And today he had a really good day, and you'll take that. And Blake Dunn today, 3 hits and a stolen base. What a really good day for him. There's not a single player I could have been more wrong about in baseball than Blake Dunn and the production he's giving the Reds right now. So today, like I said, 3 hits, has a stolen base, scores a run, playing a solid outfield, really producing. Whether, he's not necessarily the best leadoff hitter, but in the role he was in today, it was pretty solid. I think that he's definitely earned the right to stay up here for as long as he can keep hitting like this. And look, Will Benson, we say a lot of bad things about him, has been fairly decent as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning. Not necessarily anything, but just as a pinch hitter in general. I guess he was pretty solid this week as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning, with a home run in the Kansas City game and then today. But I feel like he's kind of just earned the right to kind of, while the things are the way they are with this team until they can find something better, be that pinch hitter, lefty hitter off the bat. Because that's what he can give them right now. Other guys I want to talk about real quick. I think Noelvi Marte has been very good since he came up. I know he had a strikeout today, but his at-bats look way better. Looks way better. And since his call down. And I feel like he's definitely kind of showing the coaching staff and the front office that he can get more at-bats. And I think that's going to pay off in the long run. Spencer Steer, 2 walks today. Keeps getting on base. What more can you ask for from him? I know JJ Bleday didn't get the hit on the didn't get his RBIs on the runs he scored on that hit there because of an error, but nothing's happened if he doesn't put it in play. And then Dane Myers again, 2 hits today on the top of the order, gets a stolen base, like I said, scores a run. I think my point I'm getting to here is we need the Reds to go back to running in the bases, to putting pressure on the pitcher by stealing bases. If you have the guys who are fast enough to do it, so Dane Myers, Blake Dunn, Matt McLain. I'm going to put him in there even though we haven't seen a whole lot this year. Ellie De La Cruz. I'm not saying you run them every single time, but I think you need to do it more often. You need to give your team a chance to create runs. And this is a Reds team that does not create a lot of runs. So yes, those 4 guys, I don't know, maybe there's someone else in there I'm just not naming off the top of my head at the moment. Steal bases. Maybe Edwin Arroyo is going to go in here and steal some bases too. Sal Stewart's got like double-digit stolen bases. He's not exactly, Deion Sanders by any stretch of the matter, but he gets steals as well. So they have guys that can do it. I just think they got to do it. I think that's going to be a way they can create runs. But we shall see how things go. Obviously, another losing series in the division, which sucks. And tomorrow you try to avoid the sweep. But today, such is life. The Reds are losers, 6-5 in St. Louis today. The Cardinals have 6 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Reds have 5 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Your winning pitcher tonight is George Soriano. He is now 3-0. Sam Moll gets the loss. He is now 1-4. And Riley O'Brien has 16 saves on the year. Former Cincinnati Red Riley O'Brien is the Cardinals closer. And that's something. But hey, tomorrow the Reds have a chance to not get swept, and Rhett Louder is back on there. That's right. Rhett the Hitman Hart returns to the mound. He's 3-3 with a 5.40 ERA. He only had 1 rehab start, so hopefully it was good enough that he can be back in his groove, and he'll be going against Michael McGreevy of the Cardinals, who is 3-5 with a 2.98. First pitch is at 2:15, so you should probably see me here about the same exact time tomorrow. Everyone, thank you so much for spending some time with me this afternoon. Thank you for all your well wishes for the 5K. I had a lot of fun. I am going to go enjoy resting for a little bit. But I'm Tim Daniel. Everyone, thank you so much. Go Red Legs. I'll see you tomorrow.